Good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports, and yes, finally, I'm decked out in all of my Sonics gear because we've had exciting news with the possible that we may get a decision with Sonic's expansion. And if you would like to get more information on that, one of my friends, the iconic Sonics, he did a video with Tim Booth and Chris Daniels. Yes, the great Chris Daniels, who covers a lot of the whole hope for the Sonics return kind of news. Go to his YouTube channel, Iconic Sonics. It's literally Iconic Sonics. You know what? Just to make it easier for all of you, I'll put it in the link. All right, I'm just doing a share. All right, it will be in the chat room. There you go. So yeah, go to that link and you will be able to get some updates on hopefully to see what Chris Daniels says. I personally haven't seen the video myself, but go ahead and follow it or watch it. Now it's time to go back to 1998. Excuse me. There it is. So yes, I am going back to 1998. And who are the Seattle SuperSonics playing? They're hosting the Houston Rockets. Sonics are 8-21, while the Rockets, they are, did I say Houston Astros? I mean Houston Rockets. They are 17-15. Let's see how their team is doing so far, because this is one of the more notable teams. All right, what we got? We got Houston Rockets with Hakeem Olajuwon, his 17 points, 10 rebounds. Michael Dickerson, Charles Barkley, and Scottie Pippen. They have both missed some time because of injuries, but I'm not sure who's back, but we'll see who is back. All right, let's just get right to it. I think I want to go retro on this one. Man, all these OKC. Ah, here we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Don't need the headsets. No one's here. All right, let's go. Hakeem Olajuwon against Jerome James. And got the tip, and now we are underway. And now here's Ruben Patterson. Goes aggressively, and he makes it within 7 seconds. Ruben Patterson puts the Sonics on the board. Sonics are coming off of a tough loss against Sacramento. Dennis Rodman guarding Charles Barkley, and he misses it. Was well defended by Rodman. And here is Lewis for 3. Nope. Rashard Lewis has recently gotten into the starting role more consistently because of the trade of Dominique Wilkins and a 3-pointer by Cuttino Mobley. What a shot. Now here's Jamie Watson. Patterson for 3. Nope. Sonics don't really have any consistent 3-point shooters. And Hakeem Olajuwon being guarded by Lewis. That shouldn't be the case. Yeah, Jerome James, that's a lost assignment right there. Hakeem Olajuwon makes his first free throw. Now does he make the second free throw? And he does. And it's 5-2 Houston. So far, only 2 points scored by Seattle. Here's Watson. Screen by Jerome James. And the possible pick and roll. No, and he loses the ball. Stolen by Mobley. Sonics continue to play some sloppy basketball. Rebound by Rodman. Loses the ball, and here's Olajuwon, and he makes it. Rodman was very phased, and now it's 7-2 Houston after a 2-0 lead by Seattle. Houston has scored 7 consecutive points. Lewis for 3 and misses. That's his second three-pointer missed. And Lewis has actually been a less efficient three-point shooter ever since the trade. More importantly, since he got the starting role. And now here is Lewis to Watson. Nice pass. And he gets it in. It's now 7-4 Houston. Now we got Brent Price. And now it's going for the shot. And now it's Charles Barkley, blocked by Jerome James, but rebounded by Elijah Wan. And well defended by Seattle. Jerome James with excellent defense. Now here's Lewis trying to go more aggressive, and he makes it. And now it's 7-6. Sonics are going on a little bit of a quick run. They've scored the last 2 baskets unanswered. Now here's Mack for 3, and he makes it. I think that's... who Mack is that? Now here's Ruben Patterson for 3, and he makes it to make it 10-9. Catino Mobley. Here's Elijah Wan. And Rodman with the rebound. Here comes Watson. And Mobley with the shot. Here's Watson. What has he got? Now he's going for it, and he makes it. Watson's been driving to the rim. And a three-pointer. And Rodman with another rebound. James to Lewis. And here's Lewis with a jumper. And he misses. He has missed almost pretty much every single basket. Here's Mack, well defended and blocked by, I think that was Lewis with the block. That was Lewis with the huge block. Because Lewis cannot score right now. And nice defense by Jerome James. Lewis for 3. And okay, he's got to stop. I'm going to bench him. He's just not shooting good at all. And a steal. And now Stevens is going to check into the bench. Check in off the bench, excuse me. Here's Watson. Can he drive to the rim aggressively? I'm not sure. Right over to Stevens for 3. No. And rebound Watson. He tries to go aggressive. And he misses it. I think that's Urban Johnson committing the foul, the former Seattle SuperSonic. No, that's not Urban Johnson. I think it's somebody else. And Watson makes the free throw to tie the game. It's been a very closely contested matchup. We got Scottie Pippen. Did he just check in? Is he coming off the bench? He is coming off the bench. Why is Scottie Pippen coming off the bench? That makes no sense. There's Matt Maloney. Now here's Johnson for 3. Eddie Johnson. And there's Pippen for 3. Yeah, that's right. Why you start him. Scottie Pippen from downtown. And here's Watson. What has he got? Stevens for 3. And misses. Scottie Pippen being guarded by Patterson. Pippen's coming off of that championship season from the Chicago Bulls. And here Scottie Pippen goes right to the basket. And mind you, Scottie Pippen is playing against his former teammate, Dennis Rodman. Stevens going for a three, and he makes it this time to make it 17-15. And a timeout's been called by Seattle. 1:19 left. Got Roberts. And here's the shot. And that is made. Here's Watson. Stevens wide open for three. Stevens has been a force off the bench. He was also a major factor in the Sacramento game. They almost won that game on a buzzer beater. Scottie Pippen to Johnson. I think that's Eddie Johnson. And he makes it. That was Roberts with the basket. Now it's 45 seconds left. It's Jerome James, who was guarded. Stevens still guarded. And Patterson for three. And no one could get the rebound. Rebound James. Patterson for three. And he misses again. He's got to stop shooting threes. Here's Matt Maloney. And a buzzer. It is now 21-18 Houston. Well, that lineup's messed up. And Scottie Pippen muscles his way through it. James with the dunk. Nice pass by Watson. He can really pass. And Stevens with the foul. Here's Price being guarded. Charles Barkley. Here's Coutinho Mobley with a jumper. There's Barkley, and he makes it. Lou for three. And he makes it. Nice jumper by Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue and Shammond Williams have had their minutes slightly diminished because of the rise of Jamie Watson, who's been more of a true point guard for the Sonics. And a steal. And I wonder how this is going to end. And Hamilton gets that dunk. Ties the game. And that should get the fans going as they are all hyped. Coutinho Mobley being double teamed. And there's Brent Price being defended. That was Antoine Carr. Here's Barkley for three. In and out. And the fast break is going. And now here is Resprit to Stevens. No, he misses it. Here's Hamilton. Misses again. How did that happen? And Resprit gets the rebound. I wonder if he's just going to try to dribble his way through it. Here's Resprit for three. Turns around and makes a three-pointer. And the fans are up on their feet again. Goes over to Bullard. Charles Barkley was double teamed for a moment. Patino Mobley. And it's Antoine Carr, the former Jazz. And he gets blocked by Hamilton. Rebound Hamilton. And I wonder how this should go. And here is Evans. Could he finish it? And he does! What a sequence by Seattle. A three-pointer by... It was a nice basket leading to defense. And a timeout has been called by Houston. What a huge amount of swing. Oh, blocked by Stevens, and the Sonics are just hammering Houston. And here is Hamilton with the dunk. Sonics are gelling very well together, and Houston is just absolutely falling apart. Here's Mack. Hakeem Olajuwon is back. And misses. And he's fouled. Hakeem Olajuwon will be shooting some free throws. And he misses the free throw. And he makes it. 32-26. Stevens for three. No. Olajuwon with the rebound. He's got Barkley with him and Mobley. And Barkley with the offensive foul. He is very frustrated, as he should. Here's Tyronn Lue. Over to Resprit. And now Evans to Resprit for three. And they're struggling. And it looks like it's time to bring the starters back on. And blocked by Stevens again. Here's Resprit, foot on the line, and misses. And now here's Evans. He gets in, he gets the dunk. Nice hustle play by Brian Evans. Here's Barkley being guarded by Stevens. And misses again. Stevens has been a major factor. Resprit for three. Oh, he makes it. And now they extend the lead to 11. They are just on fire, the Sonics bench. Here's Olajuwon being guarded by Hamilton. And nice fake moves, but he misses. But Barkley finally gets it, and it's time to call a timeout. But look at that standing ovation by Seattle. And now they have their starters fresh and ready to go. Here's Lewis for three. Rodman with the rebound, and they're going to get a new 24. And throws the ball away. Here's Barkley with the jumper. And he makes it. And now Houston's trying to crawl their way back and silence the crowd. And here's Jerome James. And the foul. Fouled by Barkley. And he could not believe it. He was on the ground, and he makes it. And the foul. But he misses the free throw. Here's Mack. And Watson gets his rebound. He's going to try to go all the way. Oh, and the dunk with authority. Jamie Watson getting his own rebound and races all the way to the court. He dunked right in his face, and he could not believe that. And the fans are getting all hyped up. It is now an 11-point lead for Seattle. And here's Olajuwon being guarded by James. And here is Mac for three, and that will end the run right there. Jamie Watson, he got any room? And he loses the ball. He's been quite a turnover-happy guy. Now here is Mac. And he makes it, and that will silence the crowd. Watson had some nice moves, but he keeps just throwing the ball away. Here's Lewis with the jumper and misses. How is Rashard Lewis doing today? Lewis is now 1 for 7. He is absolutely brutal. And blocked by Watson. And the foul. And now Houston is crawling their way back. Jamie Watson, he's going to try to do this again. And here's Watson. Nice double pump, and he makes it. He has now 9 points. He was just a random free agent signing. No one really expected anything out of him. Now here's Roberts, and he's fouled by Rodman. 5 seconds left in this quarter, in this half. And now it's going to be just a 4-point game. And James with the rebound, and only seconds left. And now here is Patterson for three. And in and out. And he almost had it. Let's go into the halftime and see where we're at. Jamie Watson is at 9 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block. He is 4 for 4. Stevens has been a factor with a block. Resprit with 2 3-pointers. Ruben Patterson's been awful. I think we're going to put those guys in there. Evans has actually been a factor along with Hamilton. Jerome James, 4 and 5 and a block. Rodman with 4 rebounds, but 2 turnovers. It is now 43-39 Sonics. So they brought their starters out, but I think they're just going to play them for a little bit. Now here's Rodman guarding Barkley. Oh, blocked by James and now rebounded by Watson. And here's the pass to Patterson and the foul. First it was a block. And then a nice pass by Watson and an and one by Ruben Patterson. And he makes it. A lot of and ones today. And a steal by Patterson over to Stevens. And he gets a bounce pass to Watson. Huge pass. And out of bounds. And Houston is just absolutely self-destructing. Here's Patterson with a jumper. And misses. Barkley with the rebound. Here's Barkley with a jumper. And he makes it. And that will silence the crowd. Jamie Watson, nice pass. And gets it to Rodman. And Jamie Watson has been a sneaky passer. How many assists did he have? He has 8 assists, 11 points, and 4 rebounds. And a near steal. And nice defense, double teaming, causing confusion. Here comes Watson. Stevens for 3 and misses. Mobley with the rebound. And now here's a jumper. And Stevens gets the board. Over to Patterson. They might want to reset with Watson. Stevens with a jumper. And he makes it. Sonics are just on fire. They're now up by 11 points. How can they possibly blow this? There, Mobley. And now Elijah won. Blocked by Rodman. And Jay Trident Podcast is on the show. Yeah, throwbacks looking good. Had to go a little bit nostalgia because of the Rockets. I mean, everyone's got their nostalgia going. I mean, I'm doing something based on nostalgia. Here's Price being defended by Watson. And a steal by Watson, and he is doing it again. And the foul on the fast break. And he gets fouled, and he dunks it, and he's going to get a chance to get 3. And he makes it. They're now up by 14 points. The Rockets are just absolutely self-destructing. And Barkley can't even make it. And here's Watson again. Does he have room? And he makes it again. He's on fire. He hasn't even missed a shot yet, I think. How many points does he have now? He has now 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 9 assists. And this is a 6'7" point guard. 6'7". Here's Price for 3. And misses again. Why are they doing this? And gets to Stevens for the jumper. And makes it. It is now an 18-point game. Houston is just absolutely self-destructing. They have now self-destruct. Oh, their steal again. Oh, Watson with another steal. He keeps doing it. He has now 18 points. And now the lead has ballooned to 20. Watson is 4 for 4 in the half. Sonics basketball. Houston has only scored 2 points in this entire quarter alone. Resprit for 3. And Antoine Carr with the rebound. Here's Charles Barkley, and he gets the dunk. Cuts it to 18. He's now 10 points. Lou for 3. And he makes it. That just erased Charles Barkley's 2-pointer and some. Here's Barkley going for the post and blocked by McCoy. And he passes it over to Resprit. He's going to go to the rim and misses. Matt Bullard with the rebound. Rockets have got to do something or else this game gets out of hand real quickly. Sonics are also coming off of a victory against the Charlotte Bobcats. Now here's a 3-pointer by Mobley. And a layup done. Oh, steal by Carr. And blocked by McCoy again, and he gets his own rebound. What do we got here? Over to Resprit, and he makes it. He really shouldn't be this good. And what difficulty am I playing? This cannot be. Yeah, it's all-star level. Bullard goes for a fadeaway, and he makes it. Lewis for 3, and he makes it. Lewis with 5 points. He's been struggling, but the Sonics have more than made up for his struggles. It's almost like I forgot what happened about Lewis. Here's Katino Mobley with a jumper, and he makes it. Now that remains to be a 20-point game. They're slowly bringing it up, trying to eat the clock a little bit. Resprit for 3. Antoine Carr with the rebound, the former Utah Jazz. We're coming off of losing the NBA Finals back in 1998. It was Game 6 where Michael Jordan made that shot, and here's Bullard for 3. And no one's making anything. And a steal. And who's got it? And here's Antoine Carr with the dunk. The Bulldog out of Wichita, Kansas. Lewis for 3. Barkley with the rebound. And they have a chance for a final shot. And blocked by McCoy again. That's his 3rd block of this game. Here's Lewis going for the jumper and makes it. Back to a 20-point game. Pretty sure the Sonics have won this game already. And that's the buzzer. Can't believe what happened. Houston scored just 12 points. Watson has now 18 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Stevens is 2 for 6 from downtown, but he's been a factor. Patterson, meh. Resprit has at least made 2 3-pointers. Lewis has only 7 points. Jerome James and let's see McCoy. McCoy has 3 blocks. Just going to bring the starters in. And, it's like Sonics lose the ball. Scottie Pippen hasn't really gotten that much minutes. Like, let's see how much minutes Scottie Pippen has gotten. I think he's playing injured, though. Oh, he has a sore wrist. That's why he's not playing. That's why he's been limited. But he's been 3 for 3, so he's been by far their most efficient player. Pluses and minus. Scottie Pippen's a 2. Maloney is being guarded by Watson. Here's Scottie Pippen playing, bothered by that sore wrist. Sonics playing a little bit more relaxed defense. Pippen's guarded by Lewis. Here's not Mobley. It was Maloney with a 3, and he misses it. Lewis for 3 and makes it. And I think this game is pretty much over. So now a 23-point lead. At least if you're going to win a game, might as well do it at home right before the New Year's is over. Here's Pippen for 3. And you know that this game is over. Rockets are just absolutely dysfunctional. Absolutely zero chemistry. Patterson gets it in. Sonics have just absolutely dominated this game, and it was the explosion of the third quarter, mostly responsible by Jamie Watson. Here's Scottie Pippen. He's just looking completely bothered. Here's Johnson for three. And he's going to go to the line. It's a 25-point lead. And this is the free throw. Will he get another one? Or just one? But now 24-point game. And here's Rashard Lewis going for the jumper. And misses. He's going to go to fast break. And here's Johnson. And he makes it. He gets the dunk. Nearly was blocked by Watson. Here's Jerome James. And the foul! And he makes the free throw to bring it back to 25 points. I think that was Oliver Miller with the nice little hook shot. Here's Watson going for it. And misses. Here's Jerome James. And goaltending. That was Anthony Miller, not Oliver Miller. He has 9 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. It's more of a typical Jerome James game. Houston's just been an absolute disaster. Here's Maloney over to Johnson. Here's Scottie Pippen. Went for the dunk on Rodman, and he's fouled. Pippen makes the free throw, and now they're bringing their starters out. He makes them both. Now it's a 23-point game. Lewis with a jumper and misses. Barkley gets the rebound. And here's Scottie Pippen. What's he got? Mack with a jumper and makes it. Now it's a 21-point game, but time is severely running out. Watson wide open for three. No, he doesn't make it. He thought because he was on fire, that would excuse him to take a ridiculous shot he shouldn't be taking. And Scottie Pippen now brings it within 19. Scottie Pippen's being guarded. Here's Lewis. Here's Watson. And misses. Now they're missing consecutive shots. 3 minutes to go, so there should be plenty of time. Still keeping their starters. And here's Barkley. Gonna have to call a timeout on this one. We're bringing Shammond Williams, Resprit, Stevens, McCoy. Let's stretch the floor a little bit. Get Evans and McCoy. They think that their shooting could make up for it. Shammond Williams is here. And now here's Resper going for a deep shot. Oh my goodness. He brings it to a 20-point lead. He now has 11 points. Here's Elijah Wan. And foul. He makes the free throw. He makes it another one. Uh-oh, and a steal by Houston. They got a fast break. Who's got it? And he makes it. Now it's back to a 16-point game. Here's Williams. McCoy with a jumper. Now here's Evans. And misses. We got another fast break opportunity. And now it's a 14-point game. Williams being heavily guarded. Here's Evans with a jumper. And misses! 2 minutes left. Can Houston make a comeback? I don't know. But it does not look good. It really doesn't. Now it's a 12-point game. Here's Stevens. And misses! And Mac makes it to make it a 10-point game. This is trouble. Rustford trying to dribble his way out. Oh no, and they're missing shots again. And now it's an 8-point game. It looks like Mobley is hurt. And free throws are going to be coming. Oh, he misses the free throw. How did Stevens miss that? And misses again. Sonics are just absolutely stone cold. They could really use Scottie Pippen. Here's Mobley with a jumper. Rodman gets the rebound. Now they're missing shots after shots. Here's Price. And now it's a 6-point game. Really? Not going to play any defense? Here's Stevens. And misses. They're just missing consecutive shots. Oh, blocked by James. But he stepped out of bounds. They're playing careless basketball. All right, let's bring in back Ruben Patterson and Rashard Lewis. Now a 6-point game. Here's Barkley. And blocked by James again. And now he's fouled by Olajuwon. Oh, Rodman misses the free throw. He missed them both. Sonics having a difficult time catching up. Here's Olajuwon with a jumper. That was just stupid. Now here's Lewis at the line. And he misses again. And misses again. Why are they burning so much time? Here's Price. Wow. Rockets really are pathetic. That's just pathetic. Sonics nearly blew a 26-point lead altogether. Wow. That's just bad. Of course, Jamie Watson gets the player of the game. Yeah, he was absolutely on fire. Great assist. And a huge dunk. Had amazing passes and played excellent defense. Let's see the other stats. Jamie Watson had 18 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, but 3 turnovers, but didn't really matter. Russ Britt, yeah, he was all right. Stevens was a factor. Rashard Lewis struggled. Patterson also struggled. Jerome James had 4 blocks. Rodman had 8 rebounds and 2 blocks. McCoy had 3 blocks. And there you have it. They absolutely destroyed the Rockets. Like, it was absolutely embarrassing. All right, let's look at the scouting prospecting reports. I already have an idea on Sean Marion. Sean Marion has dropped now to a lottery. Andre Miller is now projected #1 overall pick. Eddie Robinson has jumped up in the rankings lately. Who else can I look at? Oh, yeah, Jonathan Bender. I'll have Bob Weiss look at him. Maurice Carter. Montego. Manu Ginobili. Andre Karolenko. Why not just look at him? Get some practice. All right. So after New Year's, I will make them practice on Friday. They're going to practice their free throws. Practice some rebounds, and I will make it intense this time. They'll be playing against the Portland Trailblazers on New Year's Eve, which I will be doing that. That's when I will be there. Tomorrow, I can't do this game. Sunday, probably not. And I just want to wait until the 31st to celebrate New Year's, basically. Sonics are now 9-21. Let's see where we're at. Let's look at the standings. Let's look at power rankings. Sonics are now the 3rd worst team. No, correct me. No, excuse me. The Sonics are the 2nd worst team in the NBA. How about that? They're the 2nd worst team, so they have the 2nd best odds for the #1 pick. I guess I can spare a win. Anyways, I am taking off. Jay Trident Podcast, thank you for being here. And everyone have a good night and go Sonics.